Why do it say live in 11 hours? I'm not gonna push it out if it does that. All right, what's up, everybody? So how everybody doing today, man? So y'all see the topic today. We're gonna get right into it, man. We're gonna get right into it because it's a couple things going on today. I want to discuss. A couple things going on today. I want to discuss. What spectacles we gonna use? We're gonna use these spectacles right here. All right, we're gonna use these spectacles. Y'all see the topic, man. Back at it like a crack at it, automatic like a fomatic, built from tragedy, made for static. It's your boy, Perfect Time Podcast with the blast real fast. What's up, everybody? What was that? 11 hours. I don't even know what that is. Put it up at the right time. They said it's 11 hours. Hey, I guess YouTube caught on to the fact that I've been saying what I've been saying about YouTube. I was about to go in on YouTube, but it ain't even my 2-minute time. It ain't even my 2-minute time slot yet. So YouTube, you're gonna have to wait. I can't cuss you out right now because you gotta wait 2 minutes before I cuss you out. But don't worry, YouTube. You're gonna get your tongue lashing real soon. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But what I need my peoples to do is I need my peoples. I need my peoples to get with me, because what we doing is we got to pull up this information. We're gonna pull it up together. Normally I have all my videos pulled up, but we're gonna pull it up together today. We're gonna do the research together today. I just got it in. I'm feeling real good. I just got it in. Got my workout in. I had to sit here for a minute and calm down because got my workout in real tough. So we're gonna talk about I want to start with the Meg Thee Stallion. I want to start off with the Megan Thee Stallion, and then we're gonna get to JAYZ. We're gonna get to JAYZ, but I want to start with Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, there go me right there. Perfect Time Podcast with the blast real fast in the dad. So we talked about JAYZ cutting off Diddy yesterday, but there's another related story because Megan Thee Stallion files a restraining order. I might have to go to X to get a decent because you know YouTubers they create some of the most weirdest content. 2 hours and 30 minutes for the let's go to a short real quick so y'all can see what we talking about. Megan Thee Stallion and Milagro Graham's gorgeous ass. This looks like a little poop butt nigga. Let's see this poop butt nigga. It always be niggas who don't get pussy who make the weirdest videos on YouTube. This look like a little. Let's listen to this nigga.
Payments that Tory Lane's father, okay, pictured right there, paid Milagro here in 2020, 2021, and 2022. Now, people might think, oh my God, this is the smoking gun. He's definitely going to get that restraining order against Tory Lanez. Well, first of all, it's not Tory Lanez that did it. Secondly, all these payments are in the past. There's nothing recent. So yes, these validate the previous restraining order, but it doesn't validate the one trying to get one now. I mean, he's already in jail. He's waging psychological warfare. Who is this man, Jigsaw? Now, again, this is all alleged. I haven't seen a single court.
So what you see here, this is not real. This is not provided to you by Cash App. This is not provided to you by Zelle. What this is a long line of what I call payola, prejudice, and racism. And I don't think it's being identified when it's talking about these cases with these black men. And this is the thing that always happens. You jump the shark. You go a little bit too far, right? And Tory Lanez in jail 10 years. He didn't shoot the girl. And now what's starting to come out is more evidence. So I'm going to go to X. I'm going to go to X, and it was on my phone. I might bring it up on my phone. But basically, you got people coming out on both sides. So there's a young lady on X that's saying, okay, so now you're saying that Tory Lanez is harassing you from jail about these payments. But what you see about these payments, and you're going to have to put your glasses on like me, because everybody who watch my channel is about 40 years old. I got my spectacles on, man, so you might not be able to see this unless you get your spectacles on. Get your spectacles on, man. You're supposed to already be prepared when you come into the Per Time Podcast, man. You know, we OGs, top of the mid-morning TOP, top of the top. So you're going to need your spectacles on to see this one, man. But basically what you have here is really an elementary spreadsheet. Anybody could create this spreadsheet. This person didn't even like bold or use any fonts or anything, but this is a very elementary Excel spreadsheet detailing payments to a blogger named Milagro Grams. Milagro Grams is a gorgeous sister from Texas, and she was covering the Tory Lanez trial. Milagro Grams, a beautiful, gorgeous sister that I support here, a beautiful, gorgeous black woman. See, y'all think black men don't love and support black women. That's not true. That's not true at all. Milagro Grams, a gorgeous, beautiful black sister who supports black men, supported Tory Lanez, and she gave honest, introspective, respective reporting on the Tory Lanez trial. She was actually physically there. She was one of the first bloggers. Everybody else jumped on the bandwagon, but Milagro Grams is one of the first bloggers at the Tory Lanez physically. Now you see people like Seti Nash physically at the YSL trial. They're mimicking Milagro Grams. Milagro was in LA at the Tory Lanez trial, giving us blow-by-blow coverage. Honestly, in the courtroom, when they said Rock Nation was there, she saw the Rock Nation Rosie Perez, who got CIA, FBI, drug dealer background. She saw that. She saw the coercion of the witnesses. Milagro Grams was their first eye count witness, right? So this is payments to Milagro Grams in 2020 and 2021, and the last payment in 2022. I'm not surprised. Every day on the bottom of my ticker, you'll see my Cash App. Every day, Cameron called me, he called it digital panhandler. I don't think that's funny, Cameron, because this microphone costs money, StreamYard costs money. Everything I do to present this information costs me money. And YouTube does not pay Negroes. YouTube didn't pay you, Cameron. So yes, nigga, I tell people who watch and support my show to donate Cash App. So does a lot of black male YouTubers. Some of your most popular black male YouTubers solicit from the audience because it costs time and money. And like I said the other day, this is work. This is work. So Milagro Grams, as a content creator, deserves her donations. It is par for the course. People donate to content creators because they understand, just like people tip waitresses. I think donate is the wrong term. Donate is used because it's black people. The term donate is used because it's African-American individuals who are creating quality content and doing so for free. And when they say, you know what, I should not have to do this for free, it costs me too much of my time and money. So the individuals who support them, tip them for the quality content and the hard work. They get tipped. Now, beyond that, YouTube elevates certain people and puts commercials on certain people because certain people fit into these narratives. And for the past 4 years, the narratives have been liberal, democratic, LGBTQ narratives. So black heterosexual men like myself are not elevated by YouTube. YouTube doesn't attempt to make money off of me because I am not the one who is marketable. BLM said, get rid of black fathers, right? Everything on television says, get rid of black fathers. Black fathers are worthless. So why and how could YouTube market a black father, a black husband? when everything in society is attacking black fathers and black masculinity? Did y'all see SantaCon? Does anybody know what SantaCon is? I had to explain to my wife. My wife said, what are all these drunk white boys out here causing trouble? I said, they renamed it SantaCon, but what it was before the pandemic, it was called a Santa Crawl, and it was outlawed. It was outlawed because white men would dress up and get drunk and riot. White men would dress up in Santa outfits, go from bar to bar, get intoxicated to the point that they became violent. And so they outlawed the Santa Crawl. Crawls are when you go from bar to bar. They have different types of crawls. So the white boys went from this type of crawl to that type of crawl, and then the white boys ended up at Santa Crawl, and it was outlawed. Now, this year, you know what you see? You see SantaCon, and you see white men again. Y'all, I'm bringing this up because there is undergirding to everything you're seeing on television. I like Trump. But you need to be aware of what comes along with Trump. There are ignorant black men. We're going to get into the ignorant, self-loathing black men today who are all cheering for JAYZ and Diddy to go to jail without any evidence. Same thing happened to Bill Cosby. The problem you need to understand about American men are there are ignorant white men. And as soon as Trump got elected, Trump is not racist. Trump does not have racist policies. But as soon as Trump got elected, these ignorant white trash start saying, bring slavery back. All of this goofy shit. All of this goofy shit came as soon as Trump won. What I like to share with all of the black people who supported Trump, that's not the prevailing. I live in a beautiful neighborhood. I live in the HOA. You see my studio. I live in a big, beautiful house. It's a park right here. I've showed you many times. I've gone live from my hammock. If you go back on my shorts, you'll see perfect timing in a hammock in my beautiful master plan community HOA doing what I call the Hammock Chronicles. And I talk to my white neighbors who are ex-police officers, you know, ex-Marines, but proud Americans. And none of them are racist, have racist tendencies. None of them wanted Trump to win so that they could bring slavery back. But you do have this attitude. And what you have happening underneath the Trump presidency is these ignorant, racist white men. And the goal, I told you what's happening on Twitter, and they have a goal of bringing, there's a couple things we never talked about in the black manosphere, and we're dealing with them right now. Purposely, there was division in the black manosphere. We were attacked and divided. Kevin Samuels was murdered. The point I want to talk about is a BLM black backlash. I've called it blacklash. That's a term I coined. Let's put that in the chat. Hashtag blacklash. Mr. Suge, to you, what's up, brother? Hashtag blacklash. And the reason we haven't talked about it is because there are a lot of ignorant black men, like the ignorant white men, who believe Trump is ushering in a new order of racism, and he isn't. And there's a lot of black men on YouTube, and YouTube purposely elevates these men because they know their intellect is elementary. So there's a lot of black men on YouTube who are sympathizers, right? Simp enforcers, and their whole YouTube content is to talk about other black men and protect black women. But black women have a mental health and a demonic spirit. Black women suffer from a mental health crisis and a demonic spirit. So you don't have enough black men like myself having these conversations. You know what I thought about today, Mr. Shook, to you? You have WAC 100. For black men, this is what audience members like yourself, this is what you got to pick from. You have niggas like Pascal, right? A.B.N, the police officer. You have self-hating, self-loathing Negroes who salivate. Charlemagne, Joe Budden, who salivate at an opportunity to put down black men, right? Self-loathing, self-hating black men, right? Never have an opinion positive to black men, always in favor of black women, no matter what. I told you I'm educating. Today we're going to show it. But these black sympathizers are the ones who said we should believe all women. But they did not have the intellect to educate you that there was legislation behind that. You have these Negroes saying, I am a male feminist. They have t-shirts. Mark, the new guy on the Joe Budden podcast. They all are, I'm a black male feminist. They're proud to say I'm a feminist. But now you see the manifestation of their black heterosexual male feminists. What do you mean, Perfect? Well, I showed a video, I'm going to play it again, where Diddy and JAYZ are being prosecuted from Me Too legislation, because when they said believe all women, there was legislation behind believe all women. See, when we said Black Lives Matter, there was legislation behind Black Lives Matter. The problem was Kamala Harris, Tim Scott, Cory Booker dropped the ball on that legislation. But the white women and white men who wanted to get back at black men and keep black men, you need to understand there's a concerted effort to keep you down and keep you in check. And they did not like BLM. My white neighbors did not like putting BLM posters on their house. There is a backlash from BLM. And every day on social media and Twitter, I see white men say, yes, we need to do everything we can to get rid of BLM-style racism. White men believe what happened during the BLM protests was racism. White men and white women are not looking at Ahmaud Arbery, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin. They believe what took place was racism. Have you seen any changes? There have been changes for the LGBTQ community. There have been changes for the white women. Upward mobility. What change have you seen for heterosexual black males who were choked? Heterosexual black male children. Tamir Rice, who were murdered. Ahmaud Arbery, a young man, not a child, but not an adult, not like Perfect, not like Mr. Shook to you. Not married, no children. Ahmaud Arbery didn't even get to live his life. What about the white girl who killed her boyfriend in the apartment? That was supposed to be retribution. We don't get retribution. We don't get reparations. And simply for asking, you get slapped and sat the fuck down for asking. Yes, sir, may I have another? Yes, sir, may I have another? But see, black men weren't the one complaining about police brutality. Police brutality has been a part of black heterosexual male life since we've been here. We weren't the ones complaining about police brutality. When black men had an issue with police brutality, you know what we did? We created the Black Panthers. We got shotguns and we told the police, don't touch my wife or my children or I'm gonna kick your ass and kill you. That's what black men did. Do you guys remember? When black men got tired of the police, they created a group called NWA, and Ice Cube wrote a song called Fuck the Police. A young nigga got it bad because I'm brown and not the other color, so police think they have the authority to kill a minority. But fuck that shit, because I ain't the one for a punk motherfucker with a badge and a gun to be beaten on and thrown in jail. We can go toe to toe in the middle of the cell. Fucking with me because I'm a teenager, a child, a grown man with a gun. Fucking with me because I'm a teenager with a little bit of gone in a pager, searching my car, looking for the product, thinking every nigga is selling narcotic. Now, when he made this song, we were not aware that Ronald Reagan was running an illegal proxy war using Negro males and the Crips and Bloods to sell and protect the drug trade of crack cocaine in order to fund the Iran-Contras. Police brutality was part of the metric, the infrastructure to protect crack sales. So wait a minute. You come in with your black and white cars and you beat me up, but you allow my mother to be a crackhead. You come in with your black and white cars and beat me up, but you allow us to kill each other to protect the drug trade. We never figured it out. Why are the police allowing us to sell all this crack? Well, they're being told by the CIA and the FBI. The CIA and the FBI was running the whole thing. They used LAPD. The Crips and the Bloods were not gangs fighting each other over red and blue. The Crips and the Bloods were a protection arm of this proxy war. The Crips and the Bloods protected the drug trade. And the money went back to the, y'all watch Snowfall, right? You watch Snowfall, right? You know who everybody, Big Meech is home, Big Meech is home, Big Meech is home. Everybody celebrating Big Meech. Do you know what the fuck happened? Do you know what happened with Big Meech in Atlanta? Do I need to tell you what happened with Big Meech in Atlanta? Big Meech created $1 billion market that didn't exist. Big Meech created $1 billion market. You know how they're creating markets in the Ukraine for the oil, for the energy, and the U.S. is helping them secure these oil markets. Chevron is going to get all the oil in the Ukraine. Well, Big Meech created $1 billion market. Big Meech said, I went to Atlanta because of the distribution. He created a distribution that was $1 billion. And what happened was the cartel came in and wanted the business and the market that Big Meech had created for free. The cartel said, Big Meech, you have to leave Atlanta and we're going to take over what you created, your distribution, your routes, everything. And we already got the okay from the CIA. Y'all didn't know cocaine is legally sold? Y'all think cocaine is illegal? Selling cocaine as usual. Cocaine's not illegal. Okay, if cocaine is illegal, why didn't cocaine stop when Big Meech went to jail? Why didn't the cocaine in Atlanta stop when Big Meech went to jail? It never stopped. It just got took from Big Meech and given to the cartel. The United States government stopped working with the Negro when it came to distributing cocaine and started working with the Mexican cartel. And the Mexican cartel took over crack cocaine in America back in 2008. It used to be the Crips and the Bloods and the Negroes handled the crack cocaine drug trade in America for the FBI and the CIA, so they could run illegal proxy wars around the globe. That was the job of the Negro. After Big Meech, that job was handed over to the Mexicans. It's not an accident that all these Mexicans are coming into the country and Biden let them into the country. What else did Biden say? Biden said the blacks are going to have to get along with the Mexicans. I presented to you where Joe Rogan has said on his channel, he had a guy doing statistics. He said during the Obama presidency, the Mexican cartels came into America and took the cocaine trade away from the Negro. They did it by force. They did it by force and by murder. Anyone who lives in Chicago, San Francisco, can y'all please come in the chat? Because I've been talking about this for a long time. And you got niggas like Pascal, you got niggas who are fruit booty niggas. They don't live in the hood. They've never been in the hood. So they don't see what I see. I don't see the cocaine trade being managed by black men anymore. In my city, in every city, the cartel. And let me tell you something about the cartels. It's not just the Mexican cartel. You have Asian think about the Asian hate crime bill. You know what happened after the Asian hate crime bill? You have Mexican cartels and you have Hmong. Remember that school shooter that was Hmong? A lot of y'all don't even know what Hmong is. You have Hmong, Korean, Asian cartels selling the marijuana and the cocaine. There are no more Negroes in this business. And you know how they did it? They did it with the Decadent Veil. They did it with drill rap and Little Durk. So you listen to Little Durk, you listen to Little Baby, and you think that there's young black men in the inner city making money off of weed and cocaine. No, there are no black millionaires anymore. It used to be black men driving Rolls Royces, but there are Asian cartels in California that own the mountains where the marijuana is grown. There are so many cartels and cliques in Oregon, in the Northern California Emerald Triangle, that the police are afraid to go up the mountain. Are you aware of this? There are so many illegal grows maintained by the Mexican and Asian cartels in California that the FBI cannot even go into Humboldt County because they will shoot. These are not Americans. These are migrant workers who are running the crop fields. This has been like this for the past 5 years. Joe Biden has been in office for 4 years. You might wonder where all these people going. Half of them have gone to the hills of Kentucky and the hills of California and Oregon. And you can look it up yourself. Illegal grows in California have gotten to the point where the police are afraid to drive into certain areas of America. They can't go there without a tank, because these people are not American and they've been paid by the cartel to shoot anyone who comes to the grow. They're growing marijuana and they don't care if it's the police. They came from Mexico. They shoot and battle with the police. They came from China. When you saw Asians coming across the border, Trump tried to tell you, say, hey, everybody coming across the border is not Mexican. Some of the people coming across the border are Hmong, Korean, Chinese. Why are they coming here? They're coming here to sell drugs. And then Trump got called racist. But black men like me who live in California, I see the result of the cartel. If you're black and like Mr. Sugar, if you live in Chicago, if you live in Atlanta, then you can see the manifestation of the cartel. You've seen the drug trade change in Chicago, in Atlanta, and in California and in New York. That's just a fact. Let's see what I need a good video. I need a good video detailing this lawsuit. Megan Thee Stallion has filed a lawsuit against Tory Lanez, Milagro Grams, and she's also filed a restraining order against Tory Lanez, saying that this is mental torture. Who do I want to look up? What y'all think in the chat? Tell me what y'all think in the chat about what we've been talking about so far. Tell me what y'all think in the chat about what we've been talking about so far. Let's go take a look. So we could do our cursing, we could cuss out YouTube, but there's no need. We all know that YouTube is biased and racist. There was a young brother named Corey. He's a Twitch guy. He's not like Kai Cenat. He's an actual Negro. He's an African-American. He's ADOS. He has like 4 or 15 million subscribers. He plays a video game on Twitch, and he did a video saying YouTube is racist. Now, as a Black Manosphere content creator, I felt like more Black content creators should have talked about Corey when he made the video, YouTube is racist. The only people who responded to the video was me and other white content creators on his level. So he named a couple white content creators. He said he got flagged. Now, I have been flagged. I have not been monetized. I have the worst experience with social media. Being a heterosexual, being an alpha male, I get treated like shit on YouTube. Corey said YouTube is racist. There's a young man. He said, I'm sorry, and I do not want to make this video. He said, but he did a 15-minute video. He said, I have 15 million subscribers. I'm #1 on Twitch. And every time I come to YouTube, I immediately go to #1 and YouTube flags my video. So Corey made a video saying YouTube is racist. He said, because every time I come to YouTube, he said, I don't have to come to YouTube. I make a lot of money on Twitch. I come to YouTube for my fans. But every time I come to YouTube, I get kicked off of YouTube for doing something that white content creators are allowed to do. And he said, this has happened to me, and he had it detailed. And the only reason he did a live is because I've had this problem with my YouTube analytics where they say you're flagged, you can't get monetized. And I send an email back and I present proof of their bias and racism. And then they just fart on you. But Corey is a millionaire. Corey has lawyers, and Corey has a YouTube rep. So Corey, when he responded to YouTube, he responded via his YouTube rep. And he said, they flagged me again, took me down for playing a video game that my best friend, who happens to be white and has 1 million subscribers, he's playing the video game right now. YouTube said, you know what, Corey, you're right. We're not going to put your video back up. What we should do is take the white guy's video down. The white guy complained to YouTube and they didn't take his video down. So they wrote Corey back and said, Corey, we're going to put your video back up. So then Corey said, I have to make a video saying YouTube is racist. He said, I never would have made the video. I never would have said YouTube is racist unless this happened, unless I talked to YouTube directly and I was able to catch YouTube being racist. But what happened was YouTube discriminated against a black content creator video, and then they answered back saying, we're sorry for discriminating. We're going to take down both videos. But in result, they refused to take down the white boy video, so they had to say they're going to put my video back up. But they would not honestly tell Corey, well, how and why did one video stay up, and why did the black man's video come down? And then Corey showed multiple situations where this had happened before. And YouTube could not justify and prove to Corey that their algorithms are not racist. So Corey made a video. And the video was a 15-minute video and went viral. Not one black male content creator from the black manosphere said anything. Sometimes I get so, this is why I leave YouTube for a little while. Because I'm like, I say there's dumb niggas on YouTube, but you guys don't understand what I mean. So that's why I'm weaving this in like Donald Trump. You need to understand what I mean. When I talk about Mr. Fantastic, when I talk about Pascal, these niggas are antecedents. They are horrible for the black male. But Mr. Fantastic tells black men don't get married when he get pussy every night. Mr. Fantastic tells black men like my son, don't get married when you get pussy every night. When you didn't marry the baby mama, had a baby by the baby mama, been divorced, but you tell my son don't get married. This is the weirdo shit that's on the internet. I'm married, KP married, Mr. Suge, we all married men. We know the benefits of life and love, God, mortgage. You know how you make money. I own stock. My wife was so proud of me looking at my stock, looking at my Bitcoin when Bitcoin went double. I had Bitcoin 100,000. I bought Bitcoin a long time ago. She's so proud of me. I said to her, you know how you really make money in America? This is good, but when my grandmother bought her house, it was under 100,000. That house is worth millions of dollars in San Francisco now. There's no stock. If Apple wasn't around when my grandmother bought her house, but even if you bought Apple in the 80s, it wouldn't have matriculated in the same way as real estate. You know how you acquire real estate and keep money in America? You get married. You get married, you buy a house. And that's how you acquire wealth. This is how white people and everybody else have acquired wealth in America. But Mr. Fantastic is telling black men don't get married. He might as well just tell you stay a nigga and stay broke. Because all the white women in college are getting married and having children. And you know what they do next, Mr. Shook, to you? They buy a house. Their mother and grandfather helped them buy a house. even if they can't afford it. Do you know why they get married, have a child, and buy a house? Because they want them to start building wealth now. The kids 20 years old, they don't even know why they're buying a house, why everybody's helping them buy a house. You're building wealth. It's your future. It's your children's future. You can buy Pac Bell. You could buy AT&T. You could buy Apple. You could buy Android. Nothing's going to be like you buying this house in this neighborhood and staying married to that woman. It's the biggest investment of your life. Nothing's gonna pay you like staying married, faithful to your God, to your woman, and paying off this mortgage. I promise you, son, pay off this mortgage. Niggas telling you not to get married. How you gonna build wealth in America? How you gonna have political power in America? So you get married, you have the kid, you buy the house, you build wealth, you have influence. You have influence in your city council because you're a homeowner. You know what they do next after they buy the home? They buy a business. So now you're a homeowner and you're a business owner. You're a constituency now. You have law, you have politicians calling you, Mr. Suge, to you. Can we tell them how to flip the game? You get married, you get children, you buy a house, you open a business, and the politicians start calling you. The local supervisor and councilman, the bank, hey, you need a new credit card? Hey, I'm having a party. Can you come down? It's $500 a plate. You own a new restaurant. You own the pizza place. You have a barbershop. Mr. Suge, to you in Chicago, you got 3 barbershops. You know what happens if Mr. Suge, to you owns 3 barbershops, 3 laundromats? The local alderman knows who he is. See, he ain't got to call the police. He ain't got to make no complaints. Why don't black men on YouTube tell you how to flip the script? Get married, have children, buy a house, start a business, and you become a constituent. Your phone start ringing. You ain't never gave this nigga your phone number. Who is this? I'm the local alderman. Yeah, I want you to donate to my campaign. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Baby, this a nigga on the phone talking about he want me to donate to his campaign. He don't know I'm a 4Y, 4-5 Crip, bitch. So who? No, you not. You're a married man. You have children. You own a home. You own an apartment building. It don't matter if it's in the hood. And you own 3 barbershops. You are a constituency. You didn't even know it. You start getting invited to meetings. You show up with your gang tattoos. You show up in your, why am I here? Why am I here? You are married, you are an American. We don't even know how to be Americans. Y'all listening to Mr. Fantastic. Why? Don't get married. You are behind the starting line. So long as you don't get married, you never realize the things I'm saying to you. You never got that phone call. I get these phone calls. So I can tell you, if you don't get married, you don't have kids, you don't buy a house, you don't start a business, you never get a phone call from a politician kissing your ass. You never realize what America really is. I was going to name my show today, Payola. But that wouldn't get people to come watch. I was going to name my show today, Payola. This is all about money. It's all about payola. Why would an alderman call you? Why would a supervisor call you? Why would a city councilman call you? If you own a house and you own a business and you've been married and have children in a private school, you paying tuition, you paying Melrose, you paying property taxes, business taxes. Why would it? You got to really ask why, brother. And on the other side of the coin, for the Mr. Fantastic, red pill dumb niggas, why the police harassing you? Why black women putting child support on you? Because you listen to Mr. Fantastic, dumbass nigga. You over there frustrated. There's a bunch of dumb niggas on that panel. It's a bunch of dumb niggas on that panel. They don't know nothing about what I'm talking about. dealing with all the ills of the world. Black women did this to me. A black woman did. Not if you own your own. Not if you were married. Not if you own your home, own the business. Wouldn't nobody mess with you? Hey, Alderman, I got an issue. No, you don't. Mr. Sugar, to you, you got to know you don't. Well, this, I was married before, and I'm gonna call down to the DHS right now. My wife's sister runs that. You won't ever get a phone call from her again, sir. Will I see you at my party this week? Yeah, I'll be there. Me and my wife already bought our plates, $1,500 a plate dinner for the councilman in Chicago. Yeah, we'll be there. Me and my wife already bought our plate. I got me a new suit. Thank you, Mr. Suge, to you. You won't get another phone call from that person again. Hey, I got a problem. There's some kids hanging out in front of the laundromat. What'd you say? Yeah, I don't want nothing, but there's some kids hanging out in front of the laundromat. Mr. Suge, to you, I'm going to go ahead and call the local captain to the precinct. He's going to, matter of fact, I'm going to put him at your table. Oh, thank you, Alderman. Don't you worry about a thing. We're going to take care of this. He's going to be at your table at my party, $1,500 a plate. I'll see you there. And we're going to have a talk about, the riffraff in front of your business. This is how America works. So now I laid that foundation. Let's go into JAYZ, Meg Thee Stallion, and how America works. Why would Meg Thee Stallion be prosecuting or looking to prosecute Tory Lanez? What I would like to argue today is this is more about the death of the music industry. And Meg Thee Stallion and Meg Thee Stallion and Drake don't sell music. They want to tell you, why would UMG not want to do a deal with Drake? All these Drake stands keep saying, oh, they're going to do a deal with Drake. Drake makes so much money. Drake makes so much money. Drake makes so much money. Why they not doing a deal? Because what did I tell you that Lyle Cohen said? Lyle Cohen said it's payola. I can make anybody hot in 6 months. Drake is not real. Well, everybody at home is saying that they need Drake. Don't realize what Ice-T and Ice Cube told you a long time ago. You are a prostitute. Ice-T and Ice Cube, who you might not even know, said in the 80s and 90s, if you sign a record deal, you are a prostitute. You are a hoe. And what happens when a hoe gets out of order? Gets fired.
Yeah, I got you. I got you on camera. You on candid camera now. Yeah, I got you.
She get fired. If Drake didn't write the music, if Drake is not this great artist, can't we just get another Drake? And I'm telling you right now, underneath all this, there's many Drakes bubbling. They just had a Drake lookalike contest. So what's stopping them from creating another Drake? If you believe that they created Drake, they created Meg Thee Stallion. Twerking addict Meg Thee Stallion has filed restraining order against Tory Lanez. Unbelievable. Meg Thee Stallion has filed a restraining order on Tory Lanez, who was allegedly in jail. Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez waging psychological warfare. Make it stop, Judge. So we need to get, here we go. Megan Thee Stallion has filed a request for a restraining order against Tory Lanez. And we're going to find a video. I looked for a video, but we couldn't find a decent video. Too many dumb niggas is on the story. So we couldn't find a decent video. But we're going to find one. But we're going to start with this. All right. Megan Thee Stallion has filed a request for a restraining order against Tory Lanez, TMZ reports. In documents, Megan reportedly says Tory's continued psychological warfare against her ruined her life and caused depression, which left her estranged from friends. This bitch is free, y'all. This bitch is free. She is free. She can make new friends. This man is incarcerated. This is the world you created, Pascal, Mr. Fantastic. All you soft, sympathizing ass niggas who are fucking beating in, upholding the matrix, upholding a matriarchy. This is your fault. This bitch is complaining about friends when she's free to go make new friends. You know who said that shit else? Her best friend, Kelsey, the bitch you lied to. They was both fucking him. You make new friends, bitch. Imagine if your child came home from school whining and crying about not being able to. Bitch, make new friends, bitch. Mr. Shook to you said they don't sell music anymore. They sell narratives. And if that means treating someone down to stay relevant, then so be it, especially if a nigga that's getting torn down. Exactly. They don't sell music anymore. They sell narratives. Why is your social media image more important than your song? The reason why some people like Drake better than Kendrick, because Drake does social media. Kendrick makes better songs, better music. He's an actual poet. Drake is not a poet. He's not an artist. He's not a creative. He is a plant. Power people. That was Roguish. That shout out to Roguish. Roguish got a song called Power People. Roguish is a cool dude, but Roguish be on some weirdo shit. But it's cool because black men be on some weirdo shit because we go through some hard shit. But I don't like how there's an echo chamber in the black manosphere with anybody who has a little bit of intellect. And it's a problem with black men because intellect is a thing, intelligence is a thing. Like, people don't really understand like how intelligence and intellect works. So you could read books and you could have knowledge, but you still don't have intellect and intelligence, right? There's a difference between Nameless, the protagonist, Dennis, and people like Roguish and people on the BGS panel. There are people on the BGS panel, Art Newstall, who I debated, and Whoop, he's a professor, but I'm better and smarter than all of my professors. That's why I train PhDs and I train the chief. When I was at Kaiser and UC Davis, I got recruited to go to UC Davis. I got pulled into an office. I tell this story all the time. I'm training doctors. I help my other analytical people, my other analysts, to give their first PowerPoint. They were scared. Dennis, can you help? Because I do a PowerPoint and then people have questions. I answer their questions. They're better at the software. I'm able to, and I understand, this is what my gift is. I can take in information and then I have the ability to disseminate that information to individuals at a level that they can comprehend it and then apply it. Did you understand what the fuck I just said? Come on, Mr. Shook, to you. My talent is that I can take in information and then I have the ability to master that information and teach it to someone in a way that they're able to comprehend, not only comprehend it, but apply it. That's a gift. That's a teacher. That's why I be praying and preaching, because God gave me a gift. I was called to do this shit, not only in socially, but in private and in personal. This is my gift. This is what I did for my job. And doctors, the chief of cardiology and pulmonology recognized it. Pulled me to the side, pulled my boss to the side, bring Dennis in the office. Dennis, you can no longer train my medical staff. I'm like, did I do something wrong? No, you can't train my medical staff because of your comprehension level. From now on, you only train me and Steve. Because when you leave, I need to be you. I need to be their resource. I'm the chief of cardiology. And they can't call you when you leave this department. They need to depend on me as the resource, as the information. I need to be that person. So you have to download, and I had to stay an extra 2 weeks. Because the chief called my boss's boss and said, I need to be Dennis. I never see, at this time, my mother was in my life. Nobody ever congratulated me on this. Nobody ever congratulated me. I didn't have no congratulations. I didn't even pat myself on the back. I just went home and I kept going to work. Mr. Suge, to you, have you ever done that? I just went home and kept going to work. And I no longer train doctors. I only train the chief. That was my job going forward because I was so good at my job that they complained. Have you ever been a black man that been so good at your job that they complain? I relate to Tory Lanez. Let's go back to it, man. Her legal team claims Tory employs bloggers to spread defamatory statements about her. Megan sued one of them, Elizabeth Malago Cooper, for posting deep fake porn of the rapper. Let me see. This woman is actually insane. I can't tell who's the bigger bitch, her or Jay-Z or Kendrick. She put Tory Lanez in prison over some bullshit powered by Rock Nation and Desiree being at the court trials. Now they so shook of him and his independent music from there. They're claiming this, and this is what it was all about. It was about Tory Lanez not signing to Rock Nation. And then Tory Lanez flipped the script and made himself a millionaire by selling music via NFTs, and no one's done it since then. Mr. Sugar to you said, I don't expect praise from anyone any longer. Just keep my head down and keep moving. Amen. Let me give you some props, brother. Just keep my head down and keep moving. Amen. I guess I got to go to Breakfast Club. I didn't want to go to Breakfast Club. What's this? ABC News. Okay. That's what we want, y'all. We want ABC News. We got ABC News. We're going to come back to Twitter. We're going to come back to Twitter. We're going to jump over to ABC News. We're going to come back to Twitter. And we're going to jump over to ABC News. Yeah, I do like the weave, Mr. Suge, to you. I do like the weave. I love that. That's why I love Donald Trump, man. And Donald Trump said, you got to be good. You got to be intelligent to do the weave. I should run for president, Mr. Suge. To you, if I was white, I'd be president. Hey, Mr. Suge, to you, if I was white, I'd be president and a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have dealt with none of this shit I dealt with these funky bitches, man. I tell you, Mr. Suge, to you, I think about this shit all the time, man. You know, I love black women, man. My first 2 wives were black women, man. And I didn't have this, I didn't have this information. I didn't know Tommy. I didn't know, I was a guard dog. I was a son husband. These women married me so I could be their guard dog and son husband. I was Travis Hunter. My mother gave me, I made a lot of money. I made good money. I like to fuck. You know what I'm saying? This son husband is a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Travis Hunter is in there beating that pussy up. Who think Travis Hunter not beating that pussy up? Oh, the son husband is a motherfucker. You getting fucked good by the sympathetic son husband, the guard dog. The guard dog is fucking that pussy good, fucking your best friend pussy good, buying you gifts, paying for everything, taking your shit, paying for your hair. Then that's the nigga that they want. Just the nigga that they created. They want the son husband. They want the guard dog. They want the simp. Because the simp love black pussy more than anything. He love his mama black pussy so much that he don't realize that he is fixated on this shit. And you see it on every panel. Oh, y'all don't want black women and black. They are fixated on black pussy. Mommy issues. They've never left the, talk about pod people. These niggas never left the portal. Remember, Nameless was talking about the portal. There are a lot of black men who never left the portal. They are still clinging to the walls of the portal. That's the pussy, bro. They are so attached and defined by femininity. What did I say the other day? I said, your preference. Shout out to Black Ram 313. Black Ram 313 last night showed a documentary on Passport Bros. And I believe he did that because I believe him and some audience members watched my show. And I emphasized the other day on Is She the Right One about your preference. Tory Lanez said in the song with DDG, we'll get to it today, The only mistake I made was getting out the pool with Kylie. And how many people agree? You would not be in this if you would have chose white pussy. R. Kelly would not be in this if he would have chose white pussy. Diddy would not be in this if he would have chose white pussy. Where is the person saying get white pussy? Why ain't nobody saying that Negro women are tearing down all of you men? Tory Lanez should have got the white pussy. The white pussy has something to lose. Kylie Jenner got something to lose. Kylie Jenner is not making up all these stories. Kylie Jenner has $1 billion makeup line. She doesn't benefit from being in. Listen what Mr. Shook to you said. He said, they don't sell music anymore. They sell narratives. This narrative of being abused and shot by a man and not loved and treated well would not help a white woman. It would devalue a white woman. A white woman would never come out and say she was shot by her man who she was fucking. It would devalue her worth in the dating market, and it would devalue her as a person in her business. Kylie Jenner has $1 billion business. Even if Tory Lanez did this, she would not go forward with this narrative because it's not marketable, it's not profitable. But for Meg Thee Stallion, for a black, that's what makes it sure. Then he said, especially if it's a nigga. Especially if it's a nigga. See, it's profitable for the black woman. Why aren't these nuances being discussed? Kylie Jenner would not have pursued this. It's not profitable for a white woman. In multiple ways, it would not be profitable for her in the dating marketplace. She would be seen as worth less to white men. Not worthless, but she would be worth less to white men after being shared by this black man and then being treated like trash by this black man. She would have less worth to future men she would want to date and marry. Meg Thee Stallion's not even thinking about who she's going to date and marry because her handlers are keeping her drugged up and high. Meg Thee Stallion, don't you want to get married? Like I said to Travis Hunter, don't you want to marry a woman who can breastfeed your baby? And on the other side of the coin, Meg Thee Stallion, don't you want to marry a man who can provide you good seed? You're Xing yourself out of the possibility of marrying a man that will provide you good seed. You're only going to be left with pookies because no man with good seed is going to lay with you after you've devalued yourself with this narrative. But it was profitable. It was profitable. White women get married in college. Why? It's profitable. Why don't we just be honest about why white women who have degrees get married in college? It's profitable. And the black women not seeing the profit in getting married. They don't see get married, have a baby, buy a house, start your business, open up your beauty salon, open up 2 beauty salons. You become a constituent. The black female supervisor is going to know who you are and know where you live and invite you to her fundraiser. Not because you're single, not because you independent, not because INDEPEND. Do you know what that means? She got her own house. She got her own car, but she's not a constituent. She's not a constituent. She does not get phone calls from the local alderman and councilwoman. She's not a constituent. She's not paying that $500 a plate. I can go to my grandmother's obituary right now, and I can show you a picture of my grandmother with Barack Obama. You know, when you want to know how much that plate costs? How did my grandmother get in the room with Barack Obama? I'm going to tell you this, she didn't ask. She didn't have to ask. She's a constituent. This is my constituent. Someone called my grandmother. Barack Obama's going to be in the San Francisco Bay Area. We would like you to attend this party and fundraiser. It's $5,000 a plate. You get a picture with Barack Obama. He might come sit at your table, and you get to help elect the first black president. It's a phone call. She didn't call them. My grandmother didn't call them to get the picture with Barack Obama. She was a constituency. How many people in the chat listening know what a constituency is? Do you understand how the politics work in America? Do you understand how wealth, you don't get to be a politician without a ton of fucking money? A ton of fucking money? It don't take rich, it take wealth. Kamala was 20 million in debt after having almost $1 billion. She didn't spend all that money in 2 months to be a president. She lost. Y'all don't understand how much money it is in politics. And we want to talk about policy. We want to talk about laws. We want to talk about how black men are treated, but we are not constituents. Shit. Fuck Mr. Shook to you. I'm tired of this shit. I don't hear these terms enough in the black manosphere, so black men know what the fuck to do to change their life. Black men don't know enough to change their situation, their station, bro. Instead, we got niggas talking about don't get married. I can't stand it, bro. Why not get married, bro? You won't have no political power. You won't have no motion in America. You might have motion in the Negro community. You might have motion with a bunch of niggas on YouTube when you come on the panel and say, fuck bitches, I'm not getting married. That's the only motion you got. You don't have motion at the city council. At the city council, your dumb ass is not welcome. You don't have motion when it comes to just reparations, when it comes to policy, when it comes to legislation. You don't got no motion, dumb nigga, because you the dumb nigga telling niggas not to get married who don't understand politics. Because a house of 5, that's 5 votes. I want married people in my constituency because I want the whole house to vote for me, dumb nigga. I want the whole house to donate to me, dumb nigga. What the fuck wrong with these niggas? I want married blacks. As a politician, as a person who wants reparation, we want married blacks because we need to build constituency. Ah! Mustard! Turn this TV off, turn this TV off, turn this TV off, turn this TV off. A few real niggas left, but it's not enough. We want married blacks. We want to build a constituency. You stupid fucking mother. God. Turn this TV off. Thank you, West Coast. Because we needed to tell a lot of these suckers, man, turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. And if you're on there talking about don't get married, turn the TV off. Sucker ass niggas, man. We want more married blacks.
By the man who shot her, even though he's...
Why did the gays fight for marriage? Why did the gays fight for marriage? Why did the gays... Do you think Pete Buttigieg would have been in the cabinet? Pete Buttigieg married with a child. Pete Buttigieg is married with a child, and then he ran for president. And you know who supported Pete Buttigieg in his presidential candidacy? He had something called a constituency of LGBTQ married homeowners, taxpayers, and business owners. J.D. Vance's biggest supporter was a billionaire LGBTQ. Did y'all know that? J.D. Vance, who's a heterosexual from the Marine, his biggest supporter was a gay person. You know what I did with my wife? Mr. Shook to you. Who is this right here? Pam. Shout out to Pam. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit the subscribe. Make sure you come back every day at 11 a.m. Pam, look like a beautiful sister. Gorgeous. Look at that hair. Do you know what a log cabin Republican is? I taught this to my wife. I love my wife, so I teach her things. I want my wife to be an intellectual. I want her to have great conversation with me and the people in her life. Do you know what a log cabin Republican is? We don't have to talk about it today. I just want to know. I got to keep my chat. My chat got to be educated. We got to have some intellectuals over here. My chat got to be educated. Ronald Reagan was governor in California before he became president of the United States. Gay marriage failed in California before it became a law. Gay marriage started in California, legalized marijuana started in California, affirmative action being abolished started in California. Do you know what a log cabin Republican is? I'm going to play my video, then I'll come back to the chat, and then you guys tell me whether or not, because we have Google now. Look it up. My wife had to look it up twice, but then she finally found it, what a log cabin Republican is. Let's get into Meg Thee Stallion. Restraining order on Tory Lanez. Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off. When I describe constituency, when I describe all this stuff, what I'm saying to you guys is payola. It's all about payola. Even to become the president, to become the councilman, this is why they would call you and invite you to a $500 plate dinner, because it's all about payola.
He's in prison. She's asking the court for a restraining order against rapper Tory Lanez, who is currently behind bars, serving a 10-year prison sentence for shooting her back in 2020. He's appealing that conviction. She's also alleging in court document that Lanez is orchestrating a harassment campaign through surrogates, including blogger Milagro Cooper. The Grammy-winning rapper, whose legal name is Megan Pete, has also filed a lawsuit against Cooper alleging defamation, cyber stalking, and infliction of emotional distress. ABC News did reach out to Lanez and Cooper's reps for comment, but no response so far. Joining us to talk about it, SiriusXM radio host Mike Muse, also our legal contributor and trial attorney Brian Buckmeyer. All right, Mike, the original case really riled up the hip-hop community. Let's kind of walk through the history between these two and how we even got to this point.
Yeah, so it's interesting enough, Kira, how you perfectly said in your lead-in how this is happening in the blog sphere in terms of harassment, intimidation, with bloggers acting on Tory Lanez's behalf while he is inside a prison. The blog sphere is exactly what ignited and amplifies this case to be of such cultural intrigue. Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion at one point were dating. At this time that they were dating.
This nigga suspect. Is this nigga suspect? This nigga suspect. The Lucky Charm community, man, is y'all got to pay attention, man. Pay attention, man. They always bring out these Lucky Charm ass Negroes to talk about heterosexual black men who have hate for black men. This is why you letting somebody pound out your booty, because you got hate for yourself, your race, and other black men. So you just feel so good coming up here talking about another heterosexual black man. That's why you is in the Lucky Charms community. Shit.
They were coming from at a party they were attending in Los Angeles. At the time, there was an alleged gun that went off. Megan Thee Stallion was shot in the foot. And since then, we went to trial, and Tory Lanez was found guilty of negligence in shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. But that conversation was never just inside the courtroom. This was such a cultural dynamic of, were you team Tory or were you team Megan? And at the time, there was a lot of people who were team Tory, who did not believe that Megan Thee Stallion was telling the truth. Even after Tory Lanez was found guilty, there was still so much presumption of innocence on behalf of Tory Lanez. And so Megan Thee Stallion had to discuss it in an album that she created much after the court had ended, into which she again stated her position and how much it had impacted her.
Wait. Mr. Shit to you, did you see that narrative being spun? Talk about me on the weave. Woo! Talk about me on the weave. Hey, did he just weave in a promotion for her album? Yo, did he just weave in a promotion for her album? Mr. Shook to you, there's some cold shit that's going on. All I want to know now is who is he paid by, where did he work before, and where is he going to work in the future? This is what we got to deal with, y'all. I don't think people understand when we talk about narrative, what a narrative really is, how narratives get spun and created. This is supposed to be about a restraining order. She's supposed to be in fear for her life, and he just sold her album on ABC News. Let's listen to the commercial one more time. Mr. Shook to you, you get the today's comment of the motherfucking day. Hit the Cash App. $ Big D Ranch. That's my motherfucking Cash App. Hit the motherfucking Cash App. Woo! They don't sell music anymore. They sell narratives. They selling a narrative right now. Right now. This nigga sold the album. Any woman who think I don't love women, I love my wife. I have a daughter. I love and protect women. This is an attack on black male headers. If you love black men, let's stop talking about if you love women. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of bitches flipping shit around. Bitch, it's about if you love me, bitch. God damn it.
That she created much after not believe that Megan Thee Stallion was telling the truth. Even after Tory Lanez was found guilty, there was still so much presumption of innocence on behalf of Tory Lanez. And so Megan Thee Stallion had to discuss it in the album that she created much after the court had ended, into which she again stated her position and how much it had impacted her.
So the United States government, the penal system, the DA, and everybody did not do an adequate job. So Megan Thee Stallion had to put out an album. He's basically saying to everybody, hey, you know, she didn't get her fair shot as a black woman, even though Tory Lanez went to prison. So Megan Thee Stallion put out an album for all of you who believe black women don't get treated fairly and black women get abused. Megan Thee Stallion created an album where she detailed how this hurt her. Wow. Pity pimping. Pity pimping. This is a pity pimp. He is pimping out your pity, black women. This is the thing about intelligent, intellectual black women. Do you think he give a fuck about you? Remember when the Matrix, he said, do you think that's air you're breathing right now? I don't believe he gives a fuck about you.
Mentally and physically, and the damage and trauma that it caused her. But that was because of the way that the blogs were able to carry out this discourse outside the courtroom. And really, Kara, it comes down to the comment section.
And then assassinate the blogs in the comment section. So he's going after the blogs and he's going after you. Everybody in my comment section, he is attacking you too. He said it's the blog's fault, it's my fault, and it's everybody in the comments' fault. It's not Meg Thee Stallion's fault for being a drunk, a pass-out drunk. It's not Meg Thee Stallion's fault for fucking her best friend's boyfriend behind her back. It's not Meg Thee Stallion's fault for causing an altercation at Kylie Jenner's party. It's not Meg Thee Stallion's fault for having the best friend who carries a gun with her. Meg Thee Stallion has no accountability in this situation. She lied to police. Her own publicist and stylist and the whole industry knows she sleeps with men and she gets pass out, knockout, drunk. But he said she wrote an album to talk about her being abused. He sold all black women's trauma. He basically is pimping you. He is pimping you and pimping your trauma. Because there are real black women with real trauma. Not Meg Thee Stallion's glass at her foot, shaking her ass, twerking and fucking the next day. And a black man being in jail for 10 years when you were hoeing the next day. There are real black women suffering trauma who get abused, who can't go out and twerk and dance the next day. Who suffer from real mental abuse, who can't go out and twerk and dance the next day. I'm going to tell you, you don't represent those black women. It's a farce. And if I was one of those, I would feel a certain way about a black woman who's never truly suffered abuse, pimping out my trauma. Meg Thee Stallion, if you were a black woman, you might say, I don't hate you, Meg Thee Stallion, but please stop pimping out real trauma that black women suffer. You are not a victim of domestic violence. Please stop pimping us out, because there are real black women who have issues and need help. And I haven't seen Meg Thee Stallion at one domestic violence meeting. I haven't seen Meg Thee Stallion hold one fundraiser for victims of domestic violence. I haven't seen Meg Thee Stallion give no money to Black children who are out of their homes because of domestic violence from either the mother or the father, because if you go deep into domestic violence in Black relationships, you find that Black women are more abusive than Black men. And a lot of times, like with Trey the Truth, I showed the story here. Trey the Truth went through a 6-year court battle to get custody of his daughter, dropped his daughter off to the mother, and it's been 4 months since he's seen that little girl. Trey the Truth is not an anomaly. Trey the Truth is par for the course. There are more Trey the Truths in the society than you know, because I am Trey the Truth. My children were kidnapped from me. I called the FBI also Trey the Truth, but I didn't have full custody. That's why I said Trey the Truth is a fool, and I'm not a simp enforcer. I don't protect the matriarchy. Before Trey the Truth lost his daughter, he was a Black man who would beat up other Black men for saying, and then say, you disrespected that Black woman. I protect Black women. Trey the Truth is one of those simp type of niggas, and now your daughter is gone. You are the nigga who protected the matriarchy, and now the matriarchy paid you back the same way it paid us all back. I don't believe he cares about Black women's real issues that stem from real oppression. See, Black men are oppressed. Black men are oppressed and marginalized in so many areas, and mentally we have arrested development. And a lot of us have not dealt with our issues, and we get into relationships with women before we have dealt with our issues because we grew up in single parent homes. You don't get the metrics you need to be successful in relationships, male and female, growing up in a single parent home. So what we do is we traumatize each other in our 20s. The women traumatize the men, you keep the baby away. The men traumatize the women until we learn this is unhealthy. And then we ask ourselves, why am I treating this woman this way? And the woman go to God, why am I treating my baby daddy this way? And then we do our childhood traumas. Then we go to therapy and we realize I've been hurting this other person when I was the one really hurt. Then we can resolve our issues with our baby mama. Then we can resolve our issues with our baby daddy, because then we start to realize I didn't really have an issue with you. That's why I was being so crazy. If we analyze it, if we analyze the baby mama, like, damn, she doing some crazy shit. She can't hate me that bad. Well, if you analyze it, brother, she doesn't hate you that bad. She got some mental health issues. No one could hate anyone that bad. So what is it? Where's all this hate coming from? I'm in fathers and families and men's groups with victims of Meg Thee Stallion, where there are women like Meg Thee Stallion that even after she won, she's still trying to hurt me and the child. And they in the group and they crying. And I'm the old head. I got gray hair on my face. And they asking the old head, she got custody. I pay all the money. Why she won't take the baby to the doctor? Why my daughter got a rash? I picked my daughter up this weekend. My daughter couldn't even go to the bathroom. She won. I don't understand. He's in tears. He's in fathers and families. This is a male group. It's white men, it's Black men, it's Mexican men, it's all fathers. And they're dealing with child support. They're dealing with loss. They're dealing with divorce. These men are broken. OG, she already won. Why she just won't watch the baby? Why I gotta pick the baby up? Why my daughter gotta go through this? What, OG, can you tell me, what can I do? What can I tell her? I'll give her more money. What can I do? So she just won't do this to the baby. I'm telling you, fathers and families, the meetings is tough. These young men, some of the stories that they share, it's very tough. And I've been through it. I had the court order. I was at the door for my visitation. She was laughing, calling me names, wouldn't give me my visitation. I called the police, Vallejo police. Hey, I went to court. I'm working at Kaiser. I make $75,000. I told you, Barack Obama sent me a letter. Dennis, you make too much money. You got to change your health care, or I'm gonna give you a luxury tax. I got the money. I'm not spending my money on drugs. I'm not spending my money on cars. I don't have nothing to show from all the money I made. You know, niggas be having cars and I didn't buy none of that shit. I didn't buy jewelry. I didn't buy cars. I spent my money on my kids. Every weekend, traveling up and down 80 on gas, on cars. Called the police, on lawyers. Called the police. I showed the police officer, hey, Mr. Officer, I'm proud. I'm not afraid of the police. Like I said, I'm a constituent. Here go my custody order. It's my turn to see my son. He looked at it and laughed. I'm crushed. He said, this is a civil order. I don't have to enforce it. Not that he couldn't enforce it. He said, this is a civil order and I don't have to enforce it. I said, what? You know how much money this cost me? I paid attorney fees. I took off work. I got a judgment from a judge. I argued myself. My lawyer couldn't even, I argued. I won. Remember I told you that the chief said I have to train him? Well, guess what happened to me in court? I won my case. I argued my case. I got custody. I made them put it on paper so I have something to show the police. Police officer showed up, crushed me, bro. This is a civil order, and I don't have to enforce it. I'm not going to enforce it. I went home crying. My son had to see me crushed. To this day, me and my son don't talk. We don't have a relationship. She destroyed anything that could ever be built between me and my son. Today, she regrets it. He needs a man in his life. He needs direction. He's lost. He gonna end up dead or in jail. My son, I'm highly intelligent, my son. She knows the quality of man I am, and now she cries her sleep every night because she wish her son had a man like his actual father to influence him, but he don't, and it's her fault. He gonna die, bro.
Today, the blogs are not just about the articles that get posted, but really the commentary that happens beneath the post. And when you look at the comments beneath the post, a lot of them have been very harmful towards Megan Thee Stallion, and also to have attacked her credibility, to which is happening right now while allegedly Tory Lanez is in prison, having people in the blogosphere do his bidding for him, to which this suit alleges.
When will this ever end? Well, Brian, what kind of evidence will the court consider?
Allegedly, Tory Lanez is in prison. Tory Lanez is in prison for 10 years. What does he mean, allegedly, Tory Lanez is behind bars? Tory Lanez is in prison for 10 years. I don't know what he means by Tory Lanez allegedly in prison. Let me see what my chat was saying. Mr. Sugar say, that's what I hate more than anything. Due to a majority of Black women operating from a standpoint of feelings, they get tricked into all types of shit that will ultimately hurt them in the end. Amen. Amen. Pam said, statistically, Black men rarely report abuse of any form. It's sad. And she followed up with, Megan weaponizes protect Black women when it's convenient for her. She cares about nobody but herself. Facts. Why hasn't she done one video, one concert, and it don't gotta be on social media? If you got so much money and influence, just show up at the local women's shelter. Drop off a bag. It's Christmas. It was just Thanksgiving. I mean, what would be wrong with having a picture? You always see thugs giving away turkeys. We always see thugs giving away turkeys. Why don't we ever see these women who got all this money, power, influence, and all these issues helping women. It's the same argument with the WNBA. Y'all don't support the WNBA. Bitch, you don't support the WNBA. We only watching the WNBA now because Angel Reese is being fit, feminine, and submissive. None of the WNBA players gave a fuck about men until Angel Reese. Can we talk about it? None of the WNBA players gave a fuck about men who were people paying the money, buying the tickets until Angel Reese. It's to the point where WNBA players probably would pick on you. It had to go through everything we went through in the past 5 years for a WNBA player just to be feminine without getting picked on by her colleagues. I bet you before now, if there was a black woman who liked black men, who liked being sexy and attractive to black men, she probably would get hated on by her WNBA counterparts. That was not what the WNBA was. It was full of LGBTQ, self-loathing, and black men hating women. And it was repulsive. It was repulsive to other women. Other women didn't like watching those women because those women don't even like women. They didn't like women. They didn't like men. They didn't like families. You know what makes sports money? It goes back to my argument about marriage. You need families in this stadium, WNBA players. And if you hate families, if you hate men, then no one's going to fucking watch the WNBA. Angel Reese is bringing out sexuality, bringing out the fact that she likes men. She's going to get married. She's going to have a baby. Why the fuck we ain't never seen a pregnant WNBA player? Why the fuck we ain't never seen a pregnant WNBA player? A married, pregnant, happy, heterosexual WNBA. You would have more people watching. You would have more people watching the WNBA if you had more proud mothers and wives in the WNBA. In the NBA, those men like LeBron have to be married, can't get divorced, can't get into it with your wife. If you get into it with a woman and you're in the WNBA and in the NFL, you get in trouble because black men get dick police. Because black women, it's a matriarchy. So black women dick police black men. If you rich football player and you marry a white woman, they fuck with you. If you're a rich basketball player and you marry a white woman, they fuck with you because black men get dick policed. And if you do something wrong, like Tiger Woods, they fuck with you. Now, white men can fuck whoever they want, male, female, whatever age. But black man, if you're famous and you play sports, your dick gets, your preference is fucking policed by black women. Pam said, SMH, I don't have kids. Dad on child support. I don't have my kids. Dad on child support. We got to stop this fatherless foolishness. We don't need these people mixed up in our homes. I agree. Then she said, see, now she needs it. Exactly. Mr. Shook to you said, Maya Moore was a promising WNBA player. Her biggest gripe was her counterparts hating on her for having a man and trying to turn her out. She quit after a few seasons. Get the fuck out of here. God just be leading me, Mr. Shook, to you. I didn't know that. But you know I pray. You know I always invoke God's name. So God be working on the microphone. I do that on purpose because I don't want the devil to be my inspiration. I want God to be my inspiration. So I'm not afraid to invoke it. I don't give a fuck if the algorithm don't like it. I don't give a fuck if no one who comes here don't like it. I do it for a purpose. My grandmother taught me. I always got God's name in my mouth on this microphone so that shit, the game flows through me. And that's why I say it's a podcast from an OG perspective. I'm giving you OG wisdom that God has imparted upon me. That's why he asked me to come back here. So I said out of my honest heart, my God-fearing, praying heart, hey, the issue with the only reason Angel Reese and we watching the WNBA now is because she's fit, feminine, and submissive and attractive to men. And there's a reason for that. It's because of what we went through in the last few years with the women's movement. And now she has the freedom and ability to do so. But I said before Mr. Ship to you put these facts up there that was, I believe that if Angel Reese existed before, she would have got fucked with because the WNBA did not represent families. It was repulsive which is why we didn't watch. And then Mr. Suge to you, a motherfucking intellectual giant in this space, got you the motherfucking proof for anybody who hate on a fucking slusher. Because it's a lot of motherfucking haters who hate on a Perfect Timing podcast because can't do what the fuck we do here. I said that shit. And then Mr. Shit, this is what God do. This is why Jesus had Peter, Paul. Y'all get on my nerves. I swear to God. You suckers get on my nerves. But God is good, man. God got the victory. Y'all don't know it, but God only got the people who we want to know hearing the message. God got the victory. And when people is hating on the Black manosphere, thinking that ain't no intellectuals doing the work, we over here doing the work. And if you got God on your mind and you on a narrow path and you got your mind open, you might be blessed enough to have this in your timeline and you might check it out and you might get blessed with some shit. My brother Shook to you, who's an intellectual, a beast in this space, he learned something today. He didn't know what a log cabin Republican is. You know God is doing work when an intellectual is getting made better. Someone who already got game is getting made better. So when he goes into the next debate or panel or forum, he has more knowledge to impart upon the next man. That's what the fuck this is. I know other YouTube creators hate me, Suge. Shout out to my brother, Kenzie and Red, everybody's Tracy. I know they hate me. I know they hate me. And they probably just laugh because it don't be nobody watching. But this how God do. I'm content, bro. Not only am I content, I'm blessed. Fuck being content, I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker here content. Man, I'm blessed, bro. Fuck being content, I'm blessed. And anybody watching, hearing this message, you blessed.
Consider here, and if the restraining order is granted, could LANEZ face additional punishment here?
Well, the court's going to consider the evidence that Megan Thee Stallion is presenting, mainly that there's some sort of paper trail, money that was exchanged to Ms. Cooper, the blogger, something to the tune of $3,000 from the course of October of 2020 to, I think, March of 2022, so about just shy of a year and a half. And I think there's going to be a need for additional information. There's going to be to show some sort of communication between Tory Lanez, whether it be indirectly or directly to Ms. Cooper or other bloggers, that he's pointing them in the direction of saying these salacious and defamatory or even wrong statements. But as Mike Muse pointed out, this dialogue was happening without Tory Lanez. And I think a defense might be here that Cooper, along with other bloggers, are just voicing their own personal opinions and that Tory Lanez is not directing them in any kind of way. That may harm in a restraining order argument for Megan Thee Stallion. In terms of what could happen.
Thank you. That is very simple. That is a very simple assessment. Very simple. That's a very simple assessment. How can you blame the blogs? It's just like Drake saying that the blog that they paid to make Not Like Us popular. Nigga, no one paid me to play that at my barbecue, nigga. Nobody paid me to play that at the graduation, nigga. Nobody paid me to play it at the championship game when we won the championship. We played that because the other team is not like us, nigga. Drake is saying that somebody paid everybody to like the song. The song is not good. Only good songs come from Drake when Drake don't make fucking music. Nigga, you don't write your songs, nigga. How can you say people paid us to like Not Like Us? No one paid us to play the song. No one is paying the blogs. Pam, this is the first time, if you've been here before, I apologize. But this is the first time this beautiful young lady has been here. Someone paid her to come here. Someone paying me. No one's paying. He said that's one of the most simple arguments that could destroy this lawsuit. No one's paying Dennis. No one's paying Pam. No one's paying Suge. No one's paying everybody on the West Coast to play Not Like Us and dance to it and have a good time. You can watch the videos. People genuinely like the song. They always liked Kendrick. This is the thing you can't get away from. We always liked Tory. We've never liked Meg Thee Stallion. I'm not being a hater when I say that. This is why Mr. Shook to you. This is why he had to sell that album, because no one bought that album. Can we talk about it, please? Nobody bought that album. Nobody bought that shit. It's not being talked about on the Billboard, on the Joe Budden podcast, on Spotify. Nobody bought the Meg Thee Stallion project. Remember the video with the snake? And Meg Thee Stallion is gorgeous. She got brand new titties. I saw the video. We all saw the video. She looked gorgeous in the video. It's whack, bro. Her cadence is whack. The beat was whack. It's like Janet Jackson on steroids. You know what I'm saying? It's like Janet Jackson over a Southern band. It was whack. We all saw Meg Thee Stallion, and no one bought it. No one is following Meg Thee Stallion. She doesn't have a constituency. Hey, it's a couple words today. That's the theme of the podcast. It's a couple themes we have going. Payola, constituency. Meg Thee Stallion, if she had the Beehive, do we know what the Beehive is? The Beehive is a constituency. I hope y'all look it up. I hope y'all commit it to memory and look it up and understand what its importance. Beyonce is powerful because of her constituency. Listen to this. Beyonce was asked to speak for Kamala Harris, and Beyonce got exposed in her weakness of her constituency. Beyonce was asked and paid to speak for Kamala Harris because Beyonce's Beehive is a constituency that Kamala Harris wanted to access and gain. Or at least they thought Beyonce had a powerful constituency, but they did not show up for Kamala Harris. If Megan Thee Stallion had little stallions, if Megan Thee Stallion had a constituency, she would not have to sue Marlo. If Cardi B, no one listens to Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, we can make fun of Cardi B because Cardi B ain't got nothing for nobody to listen to. But let's act like she does. Let's act like Cardi B got music, right? If Cardi B had a constituency, she wouldn't have to sue Tasha K. Shit. Let me hold on. Oh my God. Cardi B don't even put out. If Cardi B put out music for a motherfucker to listen to and consume, all Cardi B do is put out her ass, and I'm not mad at that ass at all. That ass. I'm not mad at Cardi B putting that ass out, but all she do is put out that tail feather. But if she have music that people, you know, like the Beehive, like Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying, the Queen Radio, people come in because she has music out, she has a constituency, then you wouldn't need to sue Tasha K. You know why? Because your constituency would do the fighting for you. No one could pick on the Beehive. Let me give you an example of what I mean. No one could pick on Beyonce. Why? It's not profitable to fuck with Beyonce. Why? I'll wait. Do 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 because of the Beehive, niggas. And the Beehive will shut down your money. It ain't even about no little punk shit. The Beehive understands social media. I don't even know if the Beehive is real, because what we saw with Kamala Harris, she don't really have influence and motion like that. So the Beehive could be bots. Whether they're real people or not, the Beehive could stop your money. They will flag you. They will be on your ass. If you fucking fuck with Beyonce, the Beehive is on your ass. If you fucking with Nicki Minaj, I don't know what they call it, the Barbs is on your ass. They own your ass. So anybody after this podcast, I need you to do your research on the term constituency and why these bitches are doing what they're doing. These bitches is bitter. Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion is bitter because these bitches don't got no motion. And no one listens to them. No one is influenced by Cardi B. No one is influenced by Meg Thee Stallion. These bitches ain't got no motion. They don't got no constituency because Tasha K and Malargo, who is a smaller blogger than Tasha K, now you done made Malargo Grams, who I love because she's a brown sister with some big old titties and she gorgeous with a dirty mouth. I love Malargo. I'm so happy for Malargo. I don't give a fuck if she gets sued. Pay the little money. You didn't made Malargo where she needed to be. This gonna happen to me. God is good. Malargo been down. What Mr. Suge do you say? Keep my head down, keep working. Malargo been keeping her head down, hustling, and now you just elevated her where she's supposed to be, where she should have been all along. Thank you, Meg Thee Stallion, you goofy bitch. You just elevated her. She's supposed to be elevated. Malargo Graham should be on ABC News, talked about on all these things, because she putting the work in as a blogger, influencer like that. She has a constituency that you don't have, which is why you afraid of a Malargo Graham, which is why Cardi B was afraid of a Tasha K, because Tasha K has a real constituency, real listeners, real millions of subscribers, real supporters who pay her real money. Bitch, you make money off of prostituting yourself. Anybody ask where the Cardi B get money from? Because she don't sell nothing. Where does Meg Thee Stallion get money from? Because she don't sell nothing. Tory Lanez made millions off of creating a song into an NFT. Rock Nation wanted to sign him. He said, no, Tory Lanez actually makes millions. He created a market like Big Meech that no one else had created before. Until this day, no one else has figured out and mastered the way Tory Lanez did the NFT music. Nipsey Hussle got murdered working with that genius boy creating the first smart store. Interactive merchandise. He met that boy in the Starbucks. Somebody put in the chat what that boy named, that genius that Nipsey Hussle met. The clothing was interactive. It was the first smart store. It was in Demolition Man. Smart house, smart store. When Nipsey Hussle was murdered so they could take away his market, Nipsey Hussle didn't just own Marathon, all that. What if Nipsey Hussle owned the rights to the smart store? Him and that black boy, who's a genius, who's still alive, that white people probably stole. Nipsey Hussle and that black boy should own the conceptual rights to the smart store. They had the first smart store. You never knew what it was. You have smart TVs, smart house. The smart store knew who you were when you came in, knew what you liked. Everything in the store was interactive. The products were interactive. The store was interactive. You buy the shirt. There was that code. You know, I'm an old nigga, so I don't even know what it. Y'all tell me what it is. You know that code you put up to your phone and then it takes you to a website. He had that 10 years ago. You put that up to the phone and it takes you to exclusive video, exclusive music, exclusive merch, exclusive tickets, exclusive rendezvous, smart store, smart clothes. He had the first smart clothes. So Nipsey Hussle should not just own the Marathon clothing and Big U fighting over the brand. Fuck this dumb nigga. Fuck the Crenshaw brand, you stupid nigger. Nipsey Hussle should, and that young black boy should conceptualize what a smart product is. And if you have a product where it's interactive in the same way that the t-shirt that they design, you have to pay them. They should own the patent on that. Why we don't? Tory Lanez, what did my family say in the chat? Appreciate praise to my brother, praise to you. Pam said, from what I've gathered, the log cabin Republicans is basically a conglomerate that is trying to organize Republicans with gays. Correct. Correct. A lot of people don't know that even gay Republicans exist. It's relevant, and I love my chat. Do you guys know the details about Luigi? Did you know Luigi was gay and he had black sugar babies? He would pay black men to have sex with him and buy them Gucci shoes. He was a gay Republican, the guy who shot and killed the healthcare CEO. So it's important to understand the dynamics of America constituency. The log cabin Republicans are a gay Republican conservative constituency. I wanted to bring it out just to give an example of a constituency and how powerful a constituency could be. My wife didn't even know what it was. We was talking about Luigi. We were talking about the presidential election and who actually elected Trump and who elected Ronald Reagan and influences and political and who got real power and motion in the politics. And I said to my baby, I said, you know what a log cabin Republican is? This her right here. Hey, baby. Yeah, I want wings for dinner. But I can't think of nothing right now. I can eat something at home. What you want? Just come home. You can make something at home. All right. Okay. The value of this group more than Black Lives. That's crazy. Yeah. And then Mr. Sugar say cost $10 million for that constituency too. $10 million. Wow. And it says, I believe God brought me here first time. Amen. That's good shit. So yeah, that's a hell of a perspective, right? If Meg Thee Stallion had a constituency like the Beehive, she wouldn't have to sue Malago because Malago would not touch her. If Cardi B had a constituency like the Beehive, she would not have sued Tasha K because Tasha K couldn't touch her. If she had real fans, real supporters, what does the line say? We don't believe you. You need more people. If so, this is the good thing about Trump being elected. For the past 4 years, and then before that, the Democrats, we have lived under a false reality. They call it false flags. Drake should have failed when Meek Mill told you, Quentin Miller, another American Negro with real talent, that Drake, remember I told you Akon refused to sign Drake. Akon said Drake had an identity crisis. Drake could rap like anybody, but not like himself because he didn't have a self. He didn't have an identity. To this day, Drake doesn't have, we don't know who Drake is. He'll pretend to be patois. He'll pretend to be Canadian. He'll pretend to be from Mississippi, from Memphis. He'll pretend to be, he's been pretending since he was Jimmy on the motherfucking Degrassi. He's an actor. He's always been an actor. He was paid to come and take Eminem's place. The reason why they had Eminem and then Drake is because of how powerful, influential music is. I always take you back to Ray Charles, and is relevant because Jamie Foxx, they just tried to kill him, and Jamie Foxx got the #1 special. Jamie Foxx played Ray Charles. Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles were kicked out the Black Gospel Church because they got in trouble for playing gospel notes. Kanye West told you about the hertz, the megahertz frequency, 404, whatever the fuck. Well, when you play music like this, it made people jump and donate money to church. The reason they were mad at these individuals because they used that same methodology and they start singing about dancing, drinking, and having sex. And the problem was, if you play these notes and you sing, good golly, Miss Miley, she so liked the ball. A whoop, have a little bam, a good food. The women will want to ball. The women will want to dance. The women will want to have sex. The women will want to drink. It's the devil's music. I'll always bring you back to that. We went from that understanding to when I was a child, using those same magical melodies to say self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. You must learn. So those same melodies that will get you to donate to the church, that get you to jump up and dance, we use them in hip hop to get you to go to college. to get you to get married. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no older. We might as well do it. Puff Daddy used those same melodies to make you fall in love. So those melodies were so powerful that Ice Cube came along and said, we need to have a resistance. We need to say, fuck the police. We need to be more politically advantageous. We need to be more aware of what's happening in the communities in the ghettos. They called it gangster rap. It wasn't gangster rap. It was young men like the Black Panthers using this music to educate Black people about the truth about the crack era. Because Ronald Reagan was running the play. No one knew that Ronald Reagan was running the play. When NWA, think about this, when NWA was trying to tell you, these young Black men were telling you, this is a game that they're playing in this inner city community. We didn't know Ronald Reagan was lying about the Iran-Contras, and Ronald Reagan was selling and creating crack cocaine and using Crips and Bloods. But Ice Cube said to you, this is bullshit. But we didn't know until 20 years later, oh, Ice Cube was right. He's not just a dumb rapper. Ice Cube was right to protest at that time, because during that time, the president was using the CIA to fight a proxy war in Iran-Contras, and he was using the Negro men in inner cities of the Bay Area and Los Angeles to sell crack to get the money to fund the Constanistas. Ice Cube wasn't wrong. He wasn't a rapper. So we can't have Ice Cube be the #1 rapper. We got to have Eminem. We got to have Drake. When Drake became the #1 rapper, you know what followed Drake? Mumble rap. No more intellectual rap. Kendrick Lamar has been made fun of since he came out. Why? Because Kendrick Lamar came out during the same era as Drake. And during Drake's era, the bots were paid. Malargo, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, this whole 10-year period, bots have been paid to make fun of Kendrick Lamar artistry. He did an album where he wrote the song and Mike Will had to make the beat to the rap. He's done incredible things in artistry. And the whole time he's got made fun of. While Drake has made degenerate music that's going down in intellectual and content. Every album is worse than the album before. If you go back to Drake's first album, every album after that is weaker and weaker and diluted and diluted. They're not diluting Drake. It was what I've termed a race to the bar. They were diluting hip hop and Black culture. Because Black culture goes the way of hip hop. And if Drake is on some bullshit, painting his nails, erogenous, gay shit, homosexuality, Black on Black violence with drill, doing songs with Dirk. That's the way Black culture went. And no matter who created the music and album, they couldn't get past Drake. You had to get Drake on your song. You had to do, and Drake music is degenerate music. Drake never talked about Trayvon Martin. Drake never addressed Tamir Rice. Drake never addressed BLM. What happened in St. Louis when they burnt up the brother in the trunk? Drake has been allowed to be head of hip hop, African American, ADOS Negro music for the past 10 years without ever weighing in on your life. You have gone through some of the most important things in the past 10 years. You went through BLM. You saw murder. You saw protests. The person that's leading your music, your culture, never said anything. It's like Meg Thee Stallion talking about domestic violence and never going to a woman's shelter. This girl lied to Gayle King. She just did a documentary where she was saying, fuck Gayle King. Yeah, bitch, I fucked him. You ain't supposed to be asking me about that anyway. She's not going to a woman's health shelter. That's your champion. The woman, and that's her. She put that out to the world. No one, that wasn't no secret. She put out, fuck Gayle King. Yeah, I fucked him. Bitch, you wasn't even supposed to be asking me about that. Does that sound like a woman who's going to be giving out turkeys? Does that sound like a woman who's going to be caring about diapers for Christmas at the women's shelter? That's why she doesn't have a constituency, y'all. Do you know how you build a constituency? Nino Brown gave out turkeys. Nino Brown is the one who started it. And did y'all understand why? He was building sway with the people. This is what politicians do. He needed influence in his court cases. So he went to his constituents, which was the dope fiends and the people in the hood that he had sold drugs to, and start giving them turkeys. And what did they do? They said they would not allow anyone to say anything negative about Nino Brown, and they hid his whereabouts. Nino Brown was able to hide in plain sight in the hood. Nobody told anybody where he was. Why? Because like Mr. Shook to you said, he said it cost $10 million to build that constituency. Nino Brown understood politics. He spent the money to build a constituency. And he got off in that court case. Y'all remember? The old man killed Nino Brown, but Nino Brown was able to sway. He used his money and his constituency to garner an innocent verdict. That's the power of this politics that we've been discussing today. That's the power of payola. I was going to name the podcast Payola, but I've used these names to bring in more views. But today we've been talking about two things, payola and constituency.
Happen afterwards. If a restraining order is granted, this is a civil restraining order, so in of itself will not cause any kind of criminal repercussions. Wow. But if law enforcement or prosecutors did see this as a criminal harassment, they could add that charge for a separate case. But Tory Lanez is already facing a decade in prison. I don't think they're going to worry themselves with a violation or a small misdemeanor of a crime.
All right, stay tuned. I mean,
hey, we got a lot of stuff exposed today, so. Number one, it's a civil. And then God, I don't know why, but God worked in mysterious ways. But I told you guys about my story about my civil order and how the police said I'm not going to enforce it. This lawyer clarified everything. Everybody on the blogs is getting way too happy, right? He said even if it was granted, it'll be a civil one. And that's not going to impact anything. He's already incarcerated for 10 years. So it's so much stuff you learn coming to the Perfect Timing podcast. So what? That's what they're saying. It's a civil matter, and everybody getting happy on the blogs trying to get views and clicks. Ain't nothing gonna happen to Tory, and this actually makes Meg Thee Stallion look bad, and it actually elevated Milagro Grams. Just like the Cardi B lawsuit elevated Tasha K, big old chocolate, big titty ass, pretty ass. And I mean that in all respect because Tasha K is married, but God damn. Oh, Tasha K. I don't know why people hate Tasha K. That's a big titty chocolate motherfucker. And Milagro Grams is a big mahogany. Woo, that's a fine motherfucker too. I love black women. I love and they never elevate beautiful black women. The type of black women that make black men go, ooh. They always got these high yellow needle nose bitches and all these other hoes. They never elevate beautiful brown skin, beautiful black woman. That even white, purple, green, see that woman in them big titties and be like, oh shit. So, man, let's give it up for Milagro Grams, man. Let's give it up for them titties. Let's give it up for Tasha K. Let's give it up for them titties. Yeah, man. I want to see them, both of them on the stage. I want to see both of them get what they deserve. Million views, million subscribers, for sure. For sure. They deserve it. You know, I was on doing my research and I saw one of the people on Twitter say, ain't that something? They talking about payola. And this a blogger, and in her research, she found that Rock Nation had donated to the doctor who reviewed Megan Thee Stallion for the second time. Remember, we had a talk yesterday about Bill Cosby, and Bill Cosby had the media lied about. There were two affidavits, the real one and the one the media put out, where Megan Thee Stallion got examined by the doctor that night. That's why I said this is some bullshit. She said she wasn't shot the first 30 days. I said, what about all of the first doctors? What about the EMTs? What about the police? There were like 30 professionals involved that night. None of all those people got disregarded in this trial. The DA, the judge, the governor, everybody. There were y'all seen she got arrested. There were 20 police officers that night. There were multiple ambulances. There were EMT. She went. There were multiple. Nobody said, none of the professionals involved the night of Meg Thee Stallion's arrest and altercation said she was shot. Nobody said she was shot. She didn't say she was shot. The police who arrested her and Tory didn't say she was shot. The doctor who looked at her didn't say she was shot. One of the bloggers in my research said the second doctor who claimed Megan Thee Stallion was shot received a sizable donation from Rock Nation. Did y'all know that? Did you know that everybody involved, she didn't say she got shot till 30 days later, till Rock Nation got all their ducks in a row. And they had a narrative like Mr. Suge said, to spin. She didn't say she got shot till 30 days later. But nobody said she got shot. You understand what I'm saying? No one said. The police, the EMTs, the nurses in the ER, the doctor who examined her, the radiology tech. I work in the hospital. The rad tech who did her X-rays. You can't find nobody from the initial night when the wound was fresh who said she was shot. Logically, I never understood that. No one, not Meg Thee Stallion didn't say she was shot. No one said she was shot. Do you understand what I'm saying to you from a certain person who works in healthcare? Some people work in police, in law, and order. No one said she was shot. There were 20 cops, 5 or 7 police cars out there that night. Multiple police reports were written by multiple police officers involved. Get out the car. That all those women were arrested. No one said she was shot. Not Meg Thee Stallion didn't say for 30 days she was shot. No one said she was shot. "30 days later, he shot me. He shot me." And a second doctor, after the wounds had healed, everybody that night was there. Now you say she shot? How can you prove she shot? And you disregard everything? The police officers, the EMT, the nurses, the rad tech, the ER doctor, everything gets thrown out the window based on a second opinion after the fact. And then it becomes a thing in the media where they demonize black men and say black men are not believable. But what about all of the other professionals? They made this about black men and how much America hates black men and the black penis. But what about all of the other professionals? No one says she was shot. If you watch the arrest video, there are a ton of police out there. Everybody had to document what happened that night. It's a job. It's not like working at McDonald's. You have to go back every night and document what happened. Tonight, we arrested 4 women. There were 7 police officers. There was an altercation. You have to say what you did. And no one said she was shot. Has that perspective ever been presented to you guys? It's not that Tory or Joe Budden or me. Nobody said she was shot. I need you to think about that for a little while. Nobody said she was shot. Nobody. Until she changed her story 30 days later. And the DA ran with it. The one thing I would ask the DA is, what about that night? We don't believe the PD. We believe all women, but we don't believe the doctor. So the other story was BUSBY suing JAYZ. But I think I might do that tomorrow. Hey, y'all have a good day. I love y'all. We had a good day. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Everybody that watched the show today, I know y'all busy. I got to go back to work and everything. So this is what I need y'all to do. Suge, Pam, I'm listening, Can't See in Red, Tracy. When y'all watch this, because some people are busy right now, the most important thing I need y'all to do is leave a comment. This is what helps the video be seen by other people. So after the video is done, thank you for coming to the chat, number one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting in the chat. When the video is done, I need you to leave a comment. We need you to like and subscribe. But what helps the video get pushed in the algorithm is when you leave comments and interact with the video, because that lets YouTube know that people not only are watching, but interacting with the content. So thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a great day. God bless y'all. Tomorrow at 11, around 11, you know what I'm saying? Top of the mid-morning podcast, man, with an OG perspective, top of the top. Salute. Y'all have a good one.